Yeah, we give you one time as nothing. Fix yourself. Fucking get ready. All right, buddy. It's good to have you back. Another week, another dollar, as you say.
Tick, tick, boom. I feel bad.
I feel devastated, actually.
You feel bad.
That was your favorite song. You turned the TV up for that.
It's like there's something in my system. I knew the next song was going to be a banger when they started moving around the mics. But
fucking tick, tick, boom.
Tick, tick, boom, Don. I suggested this for you. You had no notion of the story going in.
Only thing that you told me, and this is like probably like 20 minutes in, that bro is actually a real person. So I was like, okay. That's really all I had for the rest of the movie.
So the movie was based on the play by Jonathan Larson. It was a one-man show he wrote this as.
Yes.
Tick, tick, boom follows his life as a struggling artist.
And like I said, that was one of my first questions to Raf. Was like, do you think you could do a one-man show? Absolutely not. A one-man show
I
is
don't
probably...
have the charisma or the charm or the acting chops like my guy does.
But definitely good way to start the movie with establishing how the story's going to be told, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, because I knew it was a one-man show, but I didn't know how they were going to format it.
Yeah.
And I guess, cutting between his performance and also the movie itself was really good. Directed by my guy, I told you, Lin-Manuel
Hamilton, yeah.
Yep. Andrew Garfield played Jonathan Larson, my guy Spider-Man. I didn't know he had that in him.
I feel like Andrew Garfield was pretty good at. The Amazing Spider-Man is still.
I really like that. I also liked him in Hacksaw Ridge. That was the other movie I saw him in. That's where he's an army guy and he doesn't want to use a gun.
That's a
really good movie.
But I like the Amazing Spider-Man. I knew bro could act.
But of course, movie starts with our guy. Beginning of the show, he is worried because he is turning 30, and he's like, a lot of other people have achieved all these other things by the time they turn 30, and I'm turning 30 and I haven't even sold my first show. So we follow him, I think 8 days before his 30th birthday, and it's just him just trying to sell his workshop.
Yeah, workshop and his birthday, so they're working parallel to each other.
So really this workshop is like his first big musical that he worked on. He said he was working on it for 8 years.
That's a long time.
That is a long time. A long time working on this. We just see him struggling as a creative in New York, have no money. His best friend, Michael, has gotten a real job because he gave up on being an actor.
His best friend was, he said, the best talent he's ever seen in terms of acting. Way better than him in acting. Michael was the actor and he was the creative person. Like, bro could do fucking music. He's basically what Swiss Army knife. And Michael... he already knew, like, this acting shit, especially in the city, probably is not going to work out for me. Let me just get the adult job.
Yeah, and high 5 figures.
High 5 figures in the 90s.
I guess you could just do that in the 90s, just decide to do that.
Just walk in a building and be like, I'm ready to work.
It's like, I did a couple acting things.
no experience, actually, in marketing, bro. Literally, probably just walked in and was like, here's my resume. I played in 10 plays in the last 4 years or some shit. But yes, Michael, cool friend.
But that's the thing with Jonathan, all these people around him. His girlfriend is looking forward to getting like a normal job, right? Yeah. She did interpretive dancing and she was really good at it, but she hurt her ankle, and since then, it hasn't really been the same. And like we said earlier, his friend Michael already got the normal job, so it's like he really needs to sell this play. He wants to make sure all this work wasn't for nothing. He isn't ready to give up the dream yet of selling his show and it being a big hit and stuff. And the whole kind of thing of the movie is centered around his workshop, his final chance to sell the play to someone.
That's his one. Like you said, fucking all of his friends are basically grown up. They're all, they probably feel the same pressure as him in terms of turning 30 or trying to be, or not be, but, have an established adult life going into 30. And he's just, freaking out about everything. And he's working a shitty job. And he's living in a shitty apartment. So it's a lot of stress for him, like you said, to sell this play.
Because I know you said that you don't really care about being old.
No, that's what it is.
Anything at whatever age you are.
I can still hit a homer at 95. It might be hard, especially if it's that's the thing with the age shit. shit is gonna compound over time. You might not get it the first time, might not even get it the second, third, or even all the way to the 10th time. But best believe one of these shits are gonna hit. But like I said though, living situation, you need to have a good support group to have that mindset, you know? It's hard to have that mindset and your fucking roof is fucking caving in because of the plumbing. Your fucking job is about to fire you. Friends don't really fuck with you no more. So I do say that with now watching that, you do need a strong support group.
Like we said, in real life, there has to be balance, right? You have to think realistically, and you know, you also don't want to get rid of like that side of you that has that dream that I could succeed in this field, you know. But Donovan, I really heavily fall into that category where I find myself compare myself to other people my age. And you know, of course, I understand logically, comparison is the thief of joy. It really doesn't matter at what age you start at, as long as you do it right. But it's hard to, once you have that mentality built up for so long, it's really hard to break it. I did relate to my guy Jonathan, because if I was about to turn 30 and I'm still working on my shit, you know, it's like this is basically make or break time, and you see everyone else around you becoming an adult.
That's what I said, the
right?
peer pressure aspect of it, I do understand. Like, fuck, this apartment is shitty, my job is shitty, my friends are growing up. Yes, absolutely. But to put that much stress on, like, to say there's extra stress because you're turning 30, I just think it's not necessary than the other factors. I think the other factors of your life rather than your age are extreme.
Well, the whole thing is like, you know, you just feel like you're running out of time. Like, because you can't keep living
if he was an actor
with this type of poverty for so long, right? Like there's only so much, you know, he could just forget about paying the bills and stuff before it accumulates too much where he's like actually I'm screwed, right? Which is why he's also on this timer. And again, like you said, people around him. Donovan, me and you, we were both unemployed right now, right? But
that's why we're doing this.
But if you were like, if you had a job, you know, you're making high five figures like my guy Michael was, and I'm still here trying to grind out on this video shit, I'm gonna feel the pressure. Like, the longer I am unsuccessful, the longer I feel like I am a bum compared to everyone else, right? And of course, my support system might not feel like that,
that
right?
But it be off your age. That's off your circle.
It does have to do with the age, because you're like, I'm getting to that age.
If you had a younger friend, and he was in a job situation, you're not going to be like, he's in a better situation because he's younger and he had the job. You're going to be like, in my circle, everybody's where they are, and I got a little bit of time. Like I said, his circumstances with the apartment and bummy job, absolutely. But to add the age stress factor to it, I don't know. I don't see it.
I think that's just a you thing, because I feel like a lot of people do worry about like where they are by a certain age.
No, it made me like that, sports. Because like I said, sports, it's one of those things, it's like, you're going to get fucked up. It's guaranteed that you get fucked up multiple times. That doesn't determine the factor of the game itself. You know, if you got fucked up 10 times. But you cannot let couple fuck ups determine your story, which he didn't. So I respect it. So
of course, but you know, it goes back to the whole thing of you understanding something logically.
Mm-hmm. I do understand that.
In like your feelings taking over, right? Because I understand logically, you could still keep working on what you're working on. Really, age doesn't matter. But of course, your feelings are always going to sometimes trump your logic, right? That's just how it is. But, you know, my guy Jonathan, he really tries hard with the workshop and shit. And, you know, nobody picks it up. It's sad, but it's like all he could do now is just work on the next thing, right? Like, you see him almost give up on it, wanting to get like a normal job. He goes to his guy Michael, and he finds out his guy Michael has HIV, and that, you know,
that running out of time factor, you're like...
And then again, it just puts it all in perspective to him. Like, this guy Michael tells him, you are super talented. You are the only you in New York. So that's what kind of inspires him. Like, okay, I'm going to keep working on what I want to work on instead of giving up and just getting a normal job. And we see that eventually it does work out for him, right? But unfortunately, my guy doesn't really get to see his dream to full fruition. Really sad at the end of the movie. They said when he made, because Rent is his, because I've heard of Rent before.
Yeah.
In another lifetime, if I was a bit less embarrassed of myself, I would have been a performer. I would have been a musical head, right? I would have been.
To get his bed. You're gonna get it.
That was gonna rumble a few feathers.
We're gonna lose like 5 subs because of that. Holy shit, bro.
I would have been a performer myself. So I've heard of Rent before, right? And Rent really is one of those like iconic musicals. But just to know that this guy, like,
fucking 12 years on Broadway is ridiculous.
He fucking died before he was able to see, the day before his show premiered on Broadway. The day before,
that's why
all
they
of his
probably
work
did a
finally
show.
Paid off.
I can't imagine the fucking stress because it took him. You can assume it took him another 5 years since he said he died at 35.
Yeah, so he turned 30. In that time, he was able to write Tick Tick Boom. And then he went on to do Rent. But we saw, like, during the movie, that guy, forgot his name, Steven something. He found that guy who was already established in the industry, and he really liked him. So, I don't know his story after Tick Tick Boom, right? All I know is, like, he got his play, eventually picked up Rent, and he ended up dying. So I really don't know what happened in between. I do know that Rent, I think, is also about like creatives in New York and stuff.
I'd imagine.
So it really is like, a whole like, once he started writing about like what he knows in his life, he was able to find more success then. But the play he was trying to pitch though during the movie Superbia, it sounded pretty interesting.
I fuck with the fucking dystopian world.
Futuristic shit.
I love shit like that.
And then it was like nobody was getting it. It was like, so are there aliens? No,
that's the point.
The whole point is like, have you ever heard of 1984? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, people
don't get it.
I didn't know fucking 1984. They said that's like a 10th grade book. I didn't know that book was like that hard on the scale like that.
Well, I told you the fucking reading scale has to do more with the average amount of syllables per word than it does actually like complexity of the text. Because I think there's a book called like Grant or something that it's like. It's super iconic for like its complexity to read. Yeah. But I think it's like at a 7th grade level or something, just because like of the low syllable
words.
count.
But I fucking love 1984, so I probably would have fucked with that at that point. It's
Don's
like
the reader.
That's the only book I read this year is 1984.
I really kind of want to look more into Superbia because, like, it sounded like he was really ahead of his time with the concept of this fucking movie. I mean, like, we have all the famous people in the world, like, you could see them, like, through a screen. Yeah. See their lifestyle and stuff and...
Truly follow them day to day. That's what you're doing right now, IRL streams and shit.
That's true. We can see how the other half lives. Yeah. I'm sure they got a better setup than this right here. Even though I love my setup, I love my couch.
When we fucking get a new setup, we're gonna have to take these off the wall.
You guys, if you guys want a better setup, just
donate to the Patreon.
If we ever get a Patreon.
But no, I feel we've skipped that he fucking damn near ruins all his relationships in between him. Yep. Finally getting
his workshop
done and him for wherever
because he's so focused on writing this one song, right? That's just all he could think about. His girlfriend comes to him saying, I got this job and I need the decision by Wednesday whether or not I'm going to take it. I need to talk to you about it. And he just chooses to ignore it completely, right? And just hoping the problem goes away on its own. But it doesn't. So then he has like this big confrontation with his girlfriend. And he's like, I want you to stay. And then they end up hugging. And then of course my guy's like, I can turn this into a song. And then of course his girlfriend catches on immediately, being like, fuck you.
Because bro started doing the rhythm shit. He started like back.
It's like, to be fair though, if I was a musical genius like that and I was like, this would make a good fucking song.
Bro truly had the talent of like just looking at something and be like, I can come up. That's why one of his job offers that he worked eventually in a movie was like to make jingles and shit.
Yeah, his friend was trying to get him.
And he was
to
like
make jingles.
really talented and
like
just
coming up with music like
yeah.
immediately, right?
Yeah, so I can't even blame bro. I was in a distressed situation. I'm in this fucking big argument. I finally got it. Especially a woman character. He's trying to write from a woman's point of view.
Yeah. We see that the song is for Vanessa Hudgens' character in the play.
Yeah, she's like one of the lead singers.
My girl Vanessa Ann Hudgens. Ever since High School Musical, she's one of my. She's actually like pretty great. You know the story about her in High School Musical?
No. I don't know. High School Musical? I know fuckers are going to be mad at that. I didn't watch it.
Don, let me give you a real quick side rant on Vanessa Hudgens. So, during the filming, Zac Efron had a girlfriend, right?
Okay.
And during the whole time of filming, Vanessa Hudgens was just keep staying on him. Like, I want to date and stuff, right? And Zac Efron will go to the producers, hey, can you guys, like, talk to Vanessa? Like, I have a girlfriend. Can you please just have her back off? And they're like, no, you should just date Vanessa.
That sounds like some Disney shit to say, though.
Exactly.
That sounds
please, it's like, guys, I'm serious, I have a girl. It's like, no, you should just break up with your girlfriend, just date Vanessa.
I'm trying to get as much fucking merch as possible going.
But of course, he eventually breaks up with his girlfriend and dates Vanessa. But yeah, that's
they still go out now, or that's I don't know. I know Zac Efron for sure, but High School Musical, I think High School Musical, the first one is like a little bit before our time, but I know they had multiple movies made when we was kids. Yeah, I just never watched it
because that was High School Musical was fucking big. I know. For the Disney Channel.
Of course, I know that. I know High School Musical songs. Like my fucking mom used to work in daycare. That's all they used to fucking play is High School Musical. Like that's probably some of the most played shit I ever heard in terms of Disney songs.
Guys, let us know in the future. We react to all 3 High School Musicals. Maybe.
We are thinking of a trilogy.
We're thinking of doing a video.
20 subs. So 20 please get us there so we can fucking do our trilogy. But I would say this movie, in terms of like I said, we watched The Wrestler last one. Yep. But this one, definitely it's dire, but not as dire in terms of The Wrestler did a good job of like making the fucking audience fucking anxious with his heart
and his actual life.
Yes, his life. But this one did a good job of don't let your fucking craft deteriorate your friendships. Yep. And your friends have shit going on in their life too that you need to be there for,
Because that's the thing is like, you can't be tunnel vision thinking that you're the only one with problems.
Yes.
Like his best friend Michael was trying to tell him, hey, I got HIV, but freaking Jonathan just kept blowing him off saying I have to write this song. And like when he finally finds out, he's like, why didn't you tell me? And then he has this realization, you were trying to tell me.
Yeah.
I just wasn't there for you. With these movies, you see how all the time like focusing on your crafts, you could just get so focused where you just end up losing your relationship. Like Whiplash with my guy with his girlfriend. So I'm gonna focus on me. And I'm going to do my own thing.
Whiplash is one of those ones where not only friendship destruction, but self-destruction. That's why Whiplash is good. It's double the candles burning at 2 ends. A lot of movies don't do that in terms of like the perfection arc. A lot of them just focus on one or the other. Like this one focuses more, I would say, his destruction was, alienated himself to his friends to the degree to like, I have not completely cut them out, but like, I don't know. My girlfriend isn't happy with me. She said she hasn't been happy in months. In terms of me writing the shit. My fucking main best friend has fucking life-causing illness, and he could even find a way to communicate to me that he doesn't have that much time left at this time period. And still, I don't have shit yet. I still don't know if the workshop is still gonna be good. It didn't even get picked up, so.
That's what his girlfriend said. It's like, what happens if you do the workshop and nothing changes? Nobody buys your fucking musical. And he couldn't answer that. But then by the end of the movie, he's like, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna write another one and just keep going.
Just for the passion. It's like, and that's what I feel too with aspiration movies. Like, you need as less stress as possible. That's why you do need your friends. You do need your family. Because they make you understand that it's a bigger fucking picture than and you're fucking play that might not
It's
get
like there
picked
is
up.
more to your life
Yes.
than just this.
And you have to understand as the individual not to take offense, because to you in that moment it's gonna sound like they're hating.
No, because that's the thing. That is his everything.
Yes.
Right? So if they're attacking his everything, of course
Yes, you're gonna defend
personally.
it. You're gonna defend it.
Just saying, that's the thing. That's why I had to watch Whiplash twice. Because the toxic in me, the first time I saw this,
he's like, they don't understand it.
I'm like, this is what I have to fucking do. Fuck everyone else. I'm just gonna put my everything into the crap. But the second time watching it, you're like, wow, this is dire. This is devastating to see.
Yeah, it's a car crash in slow motion. I would definitely say if you are creative or just any career aspiration, like make sure you don't alienate yourself from your circle.
It's great to be ambitious, but you also have to have some perspective about everything else in your life, right? You also have to be realistic and you have to let others, the people you care about,
Critique you.
yeah, they do care about you and they do want the best for you. So, you know, you don't have to take all their advice, but at least just listen and just try to think of it objectively, of course.
Yes, see it from their point of view, of course. I definitely give this movie like 8.5. Like I said, tragic.
God, 8.5. That's high praises for you. I didn't expect you to like it so much.
We gave the wrestler like a 9.5.
Yeah, but I didn't expect Tick Tick Boom to hit you like this.
Whiplash is like a 9.
Whiplash is like a 9.
So Tick Tick Boom, 8.5 to 8.
I would agree with you.
I would,
Tick Tick Boom's a good 8.5.
especially too in this time of our lives in terms of like, cause you know Gen Z is like the generation you gotta get it now. You gotta fucking
Hustle culture.
Yeah,
and all
hustle
that shit.
culture. So seeing a point of view where it's like this guy is feeling the same pressure in terms of like just succeeding in general, and it truly feeling that if this one doesn't work, I'm gonna be in. Meanwhile, that's not the case. Like I said,
That's the thing. This movie, I really do relate to Jonathan a lot. I catch myself feeling like I'm getting older and I compare myself to people of my age and the successes they've gotten. I have to be able to realize that I just can't let that affect me. I just have to keep going at my own pace, work at my craft, and eventually, you know,
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen
right?
regardless. Like
But of course, I'm gonna put my body on the line to get you guys these videos. Fuck everything else. Fuck my relationships. That's why Don's my only friend right now. You know, everyone else is gone. I do this for you guys. The third floor. You gotta make this happen soon, please.
Excellent movie. Another vid in the books. We appreciate everybody.
Don,
of
you
course.
got a movie for next week?
I definitely. You know,
I got one in the bank, you know.
our fucking letterbox is stacking up ridiculous. I probably add a movie to letterbox every day. That just on a watch list, cause like I said, Instagram now is like I'm on the cinema shit now. Like all the fucking reels is like a cinema one every now and then.
Just like a movie.
I'm like, oh yeah.
But guys, Paul Blart reaction at 5,000 subs.
Yeah,
You heard it here.
We do the Paul Blart
We'll
reaction.
do the trilogy.
We do the Paul
wait.
Blart. No, exactly.
We'll do the duology.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you for watching, of course.
Yes.
Take
Till next
care.
time.
Till next time.
Peace.